Hello everyone. In today's video, I wanted to go over how to quickly and easily write a small Python program to monitor a folder for new files. Um, this is commonly used in businesses for instance, monitoring an FTP folder when a client might send in new files and then automatically process them or send an email to alert someone new files are on the server, things like that. Um, it's pretty easy using the Watchdog library, and all you really have to do is set up um, a class that has either uncreated or unmodified or whatever event you were looking for. In my case, uncreated. So what I use this for is when I get new um, image files on my home computer, I have it see if they are JPEGs or PNGs. I ignore CR download, which is just like a Chrome temporary file. Um, I don't really want those to be processed because the file isn't fully downloaded yet. Um, but then in either case, it prints out what file um, was put into the folder and that it's being moved to this destination folder, and we'll call routines that basically just strip header information and try to recompress them into smaller files before moving to their final destination. Um, but yeah, it's really pretty simple. Um, this library takes care of uh, pretty much everything for you, the Watchdog library. All you really have to do is set up your methods and tell it what you want to do. Um, it's it's really not any more complicated than that. Um, the one tricky thing is obviously your script will have to constantly be running in order to continually process. So if your computer restarts and the script doesn't come back up, or if you log out of the computer but leave it running, that could cause it to stop running depending on your OS and how you started the program. So those are things to consider. Um, if that's not a big deal for you, you can just run this as needed when you get a buildup of files. But I find it handier just to leave it running continually to process files in that folder. Um, but yeah, it's it's a really simple thing. It's something that before I started using this library about 10 years ago, I thought it'd be really complicated, and I'm sure it probably is much more complicated on the back end. Um, it would involve pulling a folder every so often, but doing so and this is the complicated part, doing so in a way that is not very resource intensive because you don't want to bog down the system, especially if it's a production server, while you are uh, trying to process things. That defeats the whole point, and it'd be easier just to have someone manually check the folder uh, periodically if that were the case. Or not necessarily easier, but much more efficient. So um, the rest of this is probably stuff that many of you are more familiar with. So if you found this interesting and want to learn more about how I'm actually processing these files, um, feel free to drop a comment and I'll be glad to present another video on that specific topic. Um, otherwise, uh, there's not really anything else to cover for this. So I'll see you in the next video. Take care.